So I've taken the deep dive. What's this all about?
Hi, my name is Wacango. I'm an African mama and an African teacher. The African mama who never stops teaching, but I'm also an African teacher who will bring you content where you are on your phones. Because I want to teach you in a different way. I want you to learn in a different way. Because learning is a lifetime experience. But the learning you will do here will be slightly different. It'll make you question things. It'll make you think differently. It'll make you say, I never thought about it that way. And most of all, I'll bring you content that's relevant to you in Africa, and you who's outside Africa, you get to learn a bit more about Africa in a whole different way. So where did all this begin? It began many years ago when I was in grade 10. So that's many years ago, lifetimes ago. But proudly so. I was in a school where we had a teacher who wanted to give exposure to slightly senior students to teach the others. So I started off teaching in grade 10. And that experience was so fascinating. I said, I will never stop teaching. And so when I came to the end of high school and we had to select what we were going to do after high school, I knew I had one choice. I made one choice actually. Only choice was to be a teacher. Yes, in those days we had to select 4 different courses that we were to do after high school, whether we were going to do it at university or a technical college. I knew I was going to do just one thing. I was going to be a teacher. And so I've been a teacher for many years. So I started off in a boys' high school. That was challenging. I was young. I was just barely 23, and I was teaching young men who are almost my age. I'll talk to you about it a bit later in this episode. But since then, I've taught many different classrooms. The youngest classroom I actually taught was a grade 4 classroom. It was my first inclusive classroom. That means I had learners who had disabilities and learners who didn't have obvious disabilities, because all of us have challenges in learning. But this was one class that actually had learners that had obvious and recognized disabilities. That was a challenge, but it took me down a path that I've never regretted. And so from there, I became an inclusive educator. And so the other thing about this channel that will be slightly different is that I'll try to bring content that's not only African and inspiring, but also helps learners who are differently abled. And we'll see how that works out, and I'll get to learn about that. So I started with high school boys, young men, and then I went to various classrooms. Today, I teach teachers, and I also teach aspiring teachers. And then the other qualification I have is that I've taught in so many different places. I've taught in Nairobi, I've taught in Dar es Salaam, I've taught in Kampala, in Gaborone, in Johannesburg, and I'm coming to wherever you are. Where are you? In Freetown? I'll come there. In Abidjan? I'll come there. In Luanda? I'll also come there, because I want to bring you content that is not only African, but is relevant to where you are. So I want to hear from you. I want to hear, what are your questions about learning? Is learning easy? Can it ever be very difficult? What does it mean to learn in a different way? What it means to learn that makes you question where you live, how you live, why you're where you are. So I want to bring you all that content, and I'm looking to hearing from you. So let me know, what do you want to learn? What inspires you? What do you want to become after you learn? What are you doing now that is not quite fitting with where you are and you want to learn something differently? Let me know and we'll work it out for you. Work out for you and make it different. Make it sound like learning is something that is not only what we're just doing passively, but something that we will actively look forward to. So join me as often as you can and from wherever you can, but remember it's always on your phone. You can always access me anytime. So I look forward to hearing from all of you, and so that we can learn together. I'm not just assuming I know everything, but I also want to learn and also want to learn from you. So that's what this channel is about. It's to inspire you to learn actively, to learn with zest and vigor and wanting to learn anything and everything, of course within limits. There's some things, of course, I won't touch. If you ask me that you want to be a stripper, I don't think I'll teach you that. But I could teach you or can direct you how you can become an astronaut. Or I could inspire you to learn more about yourself and learn about how, what are the blind spots that hinder you from achieving the goals you want to achieve. Okay, I don't know much about crypto, but together we can work that out, isn't it? I know there's been so much about it, but what can we learn about it? Does it exist? Does it work? There's so many crashes. What can we learn about it? And some of you, I asked before I came on, is I want to become rich. I don't know if I can teach you how to become rich, but I can teach you, or we can learn together how we can open our lives to greater satisfaction and possibly more wealth. So keep watching because I'm here, I'm not going away, and I know you are going to also be here. So in a short while, I want to tell you a story, and a story that I hope will inspire you to start new things, to take new directions in your life, and to explore what this whole world has to offer you. So keep watching. So this channel is about learning, and it's not only about your learning, it's also about my learning. And today, the 7th of May 2023, is a special day in my learning journey. Today, the 7th of May 2023, is World Athletics Day. So what has that got to do with my learning? I'm learning to become a master's athlete. You got it right. I'm competing in the 100 meters sprint for my age level. So a master's athlete is anyone who's over 35 and is participating in sports competitively. So I'm looking forward to participating in the African Masters Athletics Championships later this year to represent my country. So you will join me in my journey to becoming not only a Masters athlete, but also flying the flag of my country. So I'm hoping to join the team and compete in the 100 meters for my age group. So in my learning journey, 1, to become a YouTuber, and 2, to become a master's athlete, I found this book very useful. It has become my curriculum in this learning journey, for my learning journey. So this is a very special book to me Not only because it has some very valuable information and very valuable content, but because Binyavanga Wainaina was my student. And while I taught him for 2 years in his A levels, I've learned a lot from him in this book about becoming a YouTuber and in my journey to become a master's athlete. So, learning is what we do here. And I look forward to explaining to you how Binyavanga has helped me become what it is I want to become, a master's athlete and a YouTuber, a teacher on YouTube. So join me in the next episode to understand how my student, Binyavanga Wainaina, has taught me how to do something that scares me. Do join me in the next episode to understand how Binyavanga's book has been pivotal in helping me learn to become a YouTuber and learn to become a master athlete. So I look forward to you joining me, and I look forward to hearing from you so that we can continue learning and you learn with Wacango. See you soon.